Okay people, the moment has finally come. It's time to do something about this guy. As I'm sure you've already noticed, probably because I've been pointing it out quite a lot, it's absolute garbage. So I am going to make a new one. I made this one a bunch of years ago. It used to be black and very pretty, but you know, sun and salt does its thing, and yeah, it's just absolute garbage right now. So I haven't sewn a new one because I wanted to make a hardtop, because I don't really like the idea of having something that's, you know, so big on my boat that I can't stand on and I can't fall on, or lean against, and it's just so fragile. I don't like it. So yeah, I'm gonna make a hardtop. Yeah. And this is obviously mostly for this guy. It's also for my comfort, but you know, Nano would hate being on this boat if he couldn't lay under the Dodger. It's his favorite place. So, my original plan was to take like a foam core composite material like the Vinicel or something else. That's maybe a little bit more flexible, and I wanted to kind of bend it into shape, and that was kind of, and then make the mold out of the material that I was already using and just epoxy the shit out of it. So that was the original plan, but in you know, it's pretty on brand for my character. Last second I made a decision to just make it completely differently out of a material that I've never heard of before, and it's more like a textile. It is also composite, but it's more like a textile. So I'm going to be making a mold, frame, whatever you want to call it, out of just like the cheapest, thinnest board, and then I'm going to use that and just make hardtop outside it with this fabric thingy. So this is not gonna be like a full-on like how-to, because who am I to say? But I will be showing you the process. So you know, come along. So step one is to remove this guy, but still keep the pipes in place, which shouldn't be very hard because, you know, because I'm going to use them for the general shape of it all. Okay, it's happening. I am currently cutting out pieces that's going to be a part of the like base mold thing. The space that I'm in is so nice. It's part of the boat club. I'm a member of 2 boat clubs. One of them has such like enormous spaces and a bunch of tools and stuff. So I can stand in here and work, and it's great. So I'm currently just cutting out all of the pieces that I need one by one. I'm gonna cut this one now, and then I have another one that I'm ready to cut, and then I'm going to be trying to put those together and make the shape that I want. Nano is graciously keeping an eye out for any intruders. Aren't you, baby? Aren't you, baby? Who's the best boy? It's you. Oh. I'm still at the mold process of this whole shebang. It doesn't look much to the world yet, but I thought I would show you. Got my little workstation, and I'm building a frame so that I can attach the boards. So that's what I'm currently doing. Don't mind like all of this shit, like I see it obviously, but this one only needs to last for a few days, so I'm not being too picky. But yeah, it's happening. It's starting to come together. Still looks like shit, but I have faith. The weather's been kind of uncooperative. So, you know, it's been raining and it's pretty windy, so it's not the easiest build. So it's taking a little longer than I was hoping, but still making progress. Nano is a great help, per usual. There was a little rain front. It came with rain obviously, and also a lot of wind, and it snagged one of my boards. Unfortunately, it was one that I had already measured out and cut and drilled holes in and stuff. Highly unfortunate. I had to try to protect this whole thing, put some tarps and shit over it. But yeah, it was just like face down on the jetty, and still, even though like that doesn't catch the wind at all, it was still enough for this gust to pull it away. So I put everything away, I had lunch, and now I think maybe it's calmed down a little bit again and I can go get everything out of the workshop once more. This is a dog, in case you're wondering what it is. It's a dog. It's just hanging out here. Okay, it's the end of day 2 of this build, and the structure is still not done because it's just taking forever with this weather. It's just like 30 knots of wind and rain, and then a little sunny and calm, and then 30 knots of wind and rain, and then every time it rains I have to remove everything because this board is just like not waterproof at all. And it's a lot of running back and forth between the boat and the garage that I'm borrowing, but it's so cozy under here. Even though this is just a collection of, you know, joists and boards and plastic wrap and whatnot, it is the most waterproof this space has been in like over a year. And it's also giving me kind of a sense of how it's going to look when it's done, and how big the space is gonna be, and oh my god, you guys, I'm so excited! You know how much I love building stuff on my boats. Everyone who skipped my winter episodes where I've built stuff, go to those if you want to see a lot of because it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. Yeah. But it's time to get inside. I would walk Nano right now, but I don't think he's very interested in going out in the rain. It's supposed to be really heavy in a few minutes. It's day 3, and it's like every other day. We have to work intermittently due to the rain. As you can hear, it's raining right now. And I'm sitting under this, and it's covered in plastic finally, so I can still be here and not worry about it getting wet. Which means that the structure has been here since yesterday, and it's almost done. Like, obviously there are some patches, but the base structure is pretty much done. And it's just giving me this feeling of how big it's gonna be and what the shape is gonna be, and sitting here underneath it when it's raining, it's just like, this is where I'm gonna be sitting when it's done, and just enjoy not being wet. today we are inside and it's finally not raining. Ironic, huh? Anywho, the shape, the basic shape is pretty much done. It needs to be a little longer and there's still like a little stuff that needs patching. But it's nothing I can't do inside and it's just so much easier being here. Nano is keeping watch. It's pretty gross in here, so I don't really want him inside, so he gets to stay by the door. But yeah, here it is. It doesn't look much different than it did yesterday. Obviously these pieces need to look better and it needs to be more streamlined. And it's gonna be 15 centimeters longer in the back. And I'm just trying to like weigh everything in, and it's just so much easier here than it was on the boat. So that's what I'm doing today. So the goal of the day is to just get the basic shape completely 100% done. And if there's time, I would also like to cut the pieces of composite, the little composite fabric thingy that I showed you whenever that was. For you guys, it was probably just like 10 minutes ago. For me, it was like a week ago. Yeah, so hopefully cutting those and maybe wrapping this in plastic. I don't know, I don't want to set the bar too high. But yeah, let's go. Okay, it took all day, but I think it's perfect. Okay, here it is. I think this is gonna be great. Don't mind like this thing, it's not gonna matter. It's the basic shape that matters. So, my hope, I have like so much of this plastic that's on the ground. My hope is that I'm gonna use polyester. My hope is that it does not adhere to this plastic, so that I can wrap it in that. Oh god, I'm so tired. I have this whole roll, because it's really fat plastic, so I hope it's not gonna adhere to it. I have this very professional batch of polyester, so I think I'm just gonna mix it up just a little bit and try it, see if it works. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow I can start glassing. Okay, extremely dangerous to have water in this one and the curing agent for the polyester in this one. I'll try not to kill myself. Okay, so this is the experiment surface. I put some on a clean piece of plastic, and then there's also on this because I didn't have anything to mix it with, so I just squished it around here, dropped it onto this. This is, and obviously it was a very professional measuring of units. Oh god, this one is gonna get stuck to everything. Let's move it away, put it over there. Great. And then we'll see tomorrow how this guy is doing. Okay, I couldn't help myself. I couldn't wait until morning to see if it worked or not, and it did. It was so easy to peel the plastic off. Boatyards at night are pretty scary, but I've spent so much time on this boatyard, so it's okay. Anywho, it worked. Great! I'm so excited. Now I think I can start glassing tomorrow. Alright, day 2 in this great haul. The project of today is to start glassing. Step 1 is to take this composite, measure it out and cut out pieces so that I can cover the whole thing. And then I'm gonna wrap it in plastic. and then I'm going to start glassing. I haven't really decided if I'm going to do the composite, which is the layer of polyester on it to make it like its own thing, or if I'm gonna add one layer of fiberglass on top of it. I think I'm gonna do that. That seems like the most reasonable thing to do. But I haven't fully committed to that idea yet, because it would be nice to just use as little material as possible so that I can remove it from the frame and do a dry fit, make sure that it actually fits before I fully commit, because material is expensive. But maybe it won't keep the shape on its own, so maybe I need to add some of this thing. I don't really know what it's called in English. But this thing, you know, y'all know what it is. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. It's going to be one layer of something. And yeah. This is the fiberglass we did yesterday. I've picked away most of it. Here I left some. No, it's not fiberglass, it's the polyester. And as you can see, like this kind of fell off this thing, but this one, okay, let me show you. Okay, so the idea with the plastic is that because this is such a fatty plastic, you can just pop the polyester right off it, doesn't leave any trace, and it becomes a really smooth surface. So when I wrap this whole mold in this, the polyester won't adhere to the board, which we do not want. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Nano's keeping guard. It's not perfectly seamless right now because nothing is holding it. It's just laying on, but I think this is gonna be great. I hate that my camera can't deal with these lights. That's why it's flickering. So what I'm gonna do now is that I am going to wrap the some bitch in plastic, put these pieces aside, cut out some fiberglass to match the whole shebang, and then I'll start glassing. So I've cut out the composite thingy. So far I really like working with it because it's super easy, it's like fabric. If I do like it after I've actually, you know, glassed it, I will look up what it's actually called and let you guys know. Alright, quick change of plans. I couldn't get this plastic to stretch nicely over the whole thing, so I've decided to do it in two pieces. The window part, or like the front part, and the arch in two different pieces, just for the beginning when I'm using this mold that I've been building, and afterwards when those are done I'm going to remove that and just like piece them together. And that feels kind of like, you know, high risk, high reward, but I felt like it was more important to get the plastic nicely stretched for the first layer than to make it all in one batch. So let's see if I will come to regret that decision. unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut you off there. I was really hoping on... Yes, no, hello, thank you. I was really hoping on making this into one video, but it was just becoming so long. And, you know, since it's not really a how-to type video, it's still just like slice of life, I still wanted to include all of my ranting. Because you know that's what you guys are here for, right? My never-ending ranting. So yeah, it's gonna be 2 parts, and the next part comes out in a week, per usual. So I'll see you guys then. And this is a dog, in case you didn't know. Hello. Alright, bye.